Welcome back. Another technique analysis. I know it's been a couple weeks. The stomach flu hit the Squat Dad household and it hit it hard and it took no prisoners. But we're here. We've got the brand new Leather Patch Gifted beanies. By the time you see this, they'll probably be sold out. But hey, go check the apparel. See if they are still there. That's all my shilling, all my plugging for the day, because today we got a special video from a friend of mine. Josh and I have been Instagram homies for I don't even know how long, man. The guy was like getting coached by Alberto Nunez, doing natty bodybuilding shows, being an absolute monster. I saw him transition over to CrossFit. I was like, what a loser. What a loser. Who transitions from bodybuilding to CrossFit? Little did I know that he was on to something. And he sent me this very nice clean PR of his. We are going to break it down frame by frame as we always do, taking no prisoners, given straight feedback. As always, I have not watched this video other than watching it on his story. I have not watched it in slow-mo yet. We'll let it play through one time all the way through at full speed, and then we will break it down from there. Side note, Instagram, I hit save on this video like 340 fucking times, and it did not save. So I had to screen cap it. So the quality sucks. Can Jake save it? I don't know. Where's Jake going to put me today? I didn't even give him any suggestions. Let's see what he freestyles it to. Jake's going to put me wherever he feels like. All right, let's watch Josh's video one time, all the way through, full speed. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty. I don't know if I like the white wristbands. Josh, I don't know how you're pulling it off here. I think it's because it's the all black fit. I just can't make those white wristbands look good. He's got great hair. Great hair. Got hair envy a little bit. All right, a little dynamic start here. Okay. Hold the phone. Oh, got me tagged and stuff. Let's look at this one more time. Full speed all the way through. The speed that he stands this up with out of the bottom of the clean leads me to believe that there are some small corrections that we can make, and that'll put an easy 20 more pounds on this clean. Watch this. Stands straight up. Very easy. Very nice. Good lift overall. It's what a PR should look like right there. Technically pretty sound. Overall, relatively smooth. He's not getting absolutely butchered by it, and you're not worried for his life. So this is what we call like a training max, a training PR here. Looks good, doesn't kill you, save the stuff that almost murders you for the platform. Is Josh gonna get on the platform? I don't know. Maybe Josh is Gifted Barbell Club's newest member and we get him on the platform soon. American Open, maybe, next year, Josh, maybe. All right, let's take it frame by frame here as we work our way through this video. All right, just first things that we're looking at here, in terms of how you set yourself up over the barbell. This is a weird place. I'm sorry that I paused it right there, Josh. But if we look at his feet, looks like he has his feet nicely under the bar where they are supposed to be. The lowest or the furthest away from you, closest to your toes, lace of your shoe, under the barbell is a good place to start. It looks like he's right around that point. So good proximity to the bar right here as he goes to approach it and grab the bar. He does have a pretty dynamic start here, but I mean, good with his breathing. I don't know how much I like this start for him. I'm sure he's very used to it, but like, I think that this ballistic bounce is just a weird way to set up when you're looking for a lot of tightness, a lot of rigidity off the floor. Bounce is a good way to do, something that maybe doesn't require really rigid, strong body positions. For Josh, what I would recommend if he was trying to fix his start position here, if he felt that he was losing some tightness off the ground, which we'll talk about in a second here, is to just use more of a static start. Just pull yourself down to the bar, breathe in, big brace, and then just initiate the lift from there. Cut out all kind of this fluff in the middle here. Officially goes to start the lift from this position right here. What are we looking for? Elbows pointed out, very nice. Shoulders are over the bar, slightly in front of the bar. Again, Not really a big deal as long as you have the postural strength to stay in position as you start to pull. Some people, they get their shoulders too far forward and they go to break the ground and it's immediately an RDL. Josh has a very strong back. He's got a strong deadlift. He's got a really strong pull here. So I don't really mind him doing what looks like starting with his shoulders slightly in front of the bar. It's not the end of the world here. So as we go to break the ground here, we see a little bit of, here's the thing. I don't hate this right here, this like rip off the floor. We watch here, he's got arm tightness here, and then he kind of resets it and rips. I don't hate it as long as everything that follows still looks good. Now, one thing that I did see when he was playing full speed that I didn't make note of because I wanted to when we were moving slow is if we watch the hip position here. Watch hips and shoulders. Hips and shoulders, hips and shoulders. Do they rise at the same rate? Looks like the hips are rising faster than the shoulders. If we put a marker on his shoulders and we just tracked it as it moved up, what you would see is his hips are rising faster than his shoulders. What is that going to result in is when he gets to and across the knee, what's going to happen is we're basically going to be in an RDL position. So the back is going to be taking all of the load, and we can see that here. So knees are locked out here. Shoulders are way, way, way in front of the bar. And the bar is just, the weight is impressed. The weight is looking, those rogue plates are looking at Josh's back right now, and they're like, how the fuck is this guy doing this? This is amazing. How is he holding this load? So it's a testament to Josh's, what would we say, spinal integrity, his erector strength, but it's not the best way to perform a clean. What I would tell Josh to do at this position is there should still be some knee bend here. So less of a hip rise off the floor. Think about pushing your shins back away from the bar. He actually does a decent job of that. He just really kind of over exaggerates it here. Watch the clearance that the bar has. So the bar is probably 4 inches, 6 inches in front of him at this position. Not ideal when it comes to leverages, keeping the bar close to the center of gravity. What's going to happen here is Josh's only way to extend from here is that he can no longer bring the bar into the hip, into the thigh, like you would want to see in the clean. The only way that he's going to be able to finish this lift is by bringing his hips violently to the bar. So that's what we're going to see here, is that as he crosses the knee here, we actually even see, watch his feet here. Watch the shift in his weight. We go very far forward on his toes. We go all the way back to the heels here, and then we bring that weight forward again to meet the bar. So here is your power position right here. Shoulders are forward, hips are coming forward to meet the bar. There's a little bit of knee rebend, but not a lot. Most of the force that's coming from this right here is going to be just straight hips, hamstrings, hip hinge into the bar, hump that shit like you're trying to make a barbell baby. That's what's going to happen right here. And the bar is going to go out in front of him. So when the bar gets pushed forward, you kind of have two choices. Jump forward to meet the bar or miss the lift. So what we will see here is that, off the thigh, that bar does come forward. Again, we probably got another 3, 4, maybe up to 6 inches of clearance away from the bar here. It's not a terrible extended position here, but as you can see, there's never really much of a shrug. He never really gets his shoulders far back, extended up and back, and the bar is just going to stay out in front of him here. Watch his feet. Does jump forward slightly. Does get a little bit of bar separation. I'm sure if we talked to Josh, he would say that he has a little bit of an issue in terms of feeling the bar moving in space as he extends. It's a pretty common problem for someone who is absolute strong. So like squat, deadlift, very strong, but not technically as proficient as they could be. So he probably loses track of where the bar is here, which is why we do get, it's a pretty good active pull under. You can see that he's still working on the bar. Does get a little bit of separation. The bar is still forward. He catches this pretty far forward in the front rack position, which kind of collapses the T-spine. You can see the elbows drop as he catches. So we catch, our front rack is never really truly gets those elbows up and around. They start to collapse a little bit. Overall, right here, this isn't a terrible bottom position. This is kind of sketchy if you look at the position of his elbows and his knees. Coming from someone who has elbow touched catastrophically before, this is something that makes me a little bit nervous in terms of receiving the bar, is when you do see those elbows start to drop and get closer and closer to the knees. That's how you snap your wrist in half. But from here, Josh doesn't even have to, like, sometimes you'll see like a lifter, they'll clean and they'll catch it and it'll be a little forward and their elbows will be down, and they'll use like their first bounce out of the hole to basically like get the bar back up into an actual front rack position so they can complete a front squat, like a real front squat out of the hole. For Josh, he has this really strong T-spine. What you'll notice here is he never really collapses in his back. It's a little bit in the elbows. I'm sure he felt this a lot in his wrists, but his T-spine never collapses. His upper back doesn't collapse. He doesn't lose his posture all the way forward. And he's able to stand this up relatively easily. Again, it's still a little bit far. It's a little bit forward, which is why it's such a challenge for him to stand it up. Had he caught it in a better position, he would have been able to stand it up even easier. And then it's a nice little, Josh, it's a PR, man. Where's the bar slam? Gifted Performances, sharing a reel and tagging us in a reel. Maybe you should go follow them, see what they had to say. But from here, what we want to see is a nice active bar slam. Josh just lets go of it. Josh, where's the swag, bro? Bring back the swag. We need to see it. All right, so if we do rewind this sucker and we're just looking for points of performance for Josh to improve, off the floor, he is solid. Solid off the floor. I like the start position. I think it puts him in a really good position to break the floor and initiate the lift. I think the tug kind of puts him out of position here. And he really, really relies heavily on his glutes and his hamstrings in this pull, as opposed to using his quads. Remember, the clean is a vertical force vector movement, meaning that the force that you place into the bar should be driving it vertically as opposed to horizontally. So while the hips and hamstrings serve as dynamic stabilizers in the lift, really what's doing the work here is the quads. So the quads should be a lot more active throughout this lift. So right here, he could be using his lats a little bit more to pull that bar in. There should be more of a bend in his knee at this point, showing me that he's still using his quads at this point. A deeper rebend under. We want to see the shoulders over or behind the bar when we go to extend into that triple extension position. That'll allow him to keep the bar closer as it comes off the thigh. It'll scoop it vertically instead of pushing it horizontally, for an easier catch and easier stand up. So, as with most lifts that we have seen, the correction is pretty similar. It's just a little bit forward, a little bit antsy to extend, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a very good lift. It is a PR, and if it looks perfect, it ain't a PR. So we break it down so that we can add an extra 10 to 15 pounds to it, and your next PR is on us, Josh. Hey, thanks for sending in the video. We do appreciate it. Congrats on the PR. Everyone give him some love in the comments. Everyone let him know that we are very proud of him. Pat him on the head. Good job, Josh. He's got a great dog, too. Fantastic dog. All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up for today's technique review. Somebody has already sent me a snatch video that I need to review, so as soon as I stop recording here, I'm going to go record a snatch video. So you can see that one next week on all things Gifted Performance, on our YouTube, on our Instagram, all of the social media where you can find us. Until that video goes live, make sure you like, comment on this one. We'll see you on the next one. And what are you going to do in the meantime? I don't know. Probably just stay gifted. That's a pretty good thing to do. Give it a shot. Let us know how you like it. Peace.